Hello, welcome to Animes, another weekly roundup of Ami figure releases. This will be from the 22nd to the 27th of April. There's quite a lot of figures to get through, so we'll be diving straight into them pretty quickly. If you are able to, please like, comment, and subscribe. And links for these figures we'll be looking at will be in the description down below. So let's get straight into these figures. Tentile Lyricus Recoil, Takina Ino complete figure by Furyu. 6,820 yen. They get a bit more expensive, it seems like, Tentile these days, but you're getting decent quality, it looks like, with a reasonable amount of shading, paintwork, of effort going into it. You know, you're getting some shading, you're getting a decent amount of texture and sculpting effort going into these. So the Tentile line always seems to be really good, and this is pretty good. I like this figure with this casual dress wear that she's in. There is also Chisato as well in sort of a casual dress, going out outfit. As well, again, see the bottom of the jumper, you know, that's all sculpted in, so that it's just the Tentile line is really good. Again, 6,820 yen. And we've got Yuru Camp Season 3 Rin Shima, 6,380 yen. It's a bit cheaper, December 2024 release. This one seems to be a bit simpler, so maybe that's why it's a bit cheaper. There's not as much sculpting going on, although the creases in the jacket look really good. Good for this figure. So there's not pretty good looking figure as well, especially if you like your Euro Camp. Then we got Euro Camp Season 3 Nadeshiko as well, 6,380 yen. Very adorable. Semi-transparent hair at the tips might be a bit off-putting for some people. Just depends on if you don't mind semi-transparent or whatnot. But overall, the rest of the sculpt looks really good. And as I said, generally, Tentile line is just really good quality for what you're paying for all these days. They've really done for the past sort of 6 months to a year now. They've done increased their gain. So I think it's one of the better product lines that Furyu do compared to their normal scales, which just seem to be overpriced a lot of the time. Prisma Wing through Kagase no Railgun, Makoto, my Prime 1 Studio for 28,600 yen. It's a bit of a discount for April 2025 release. This one's quite a nice looking figure. I do like the sort of effect parts in the bottom of the base. It's still a relatively simple base design on this one, but the sculpt work is really well done, especially on the dress. They've actually got sort of the sculpting of the filigree on the dress is sculpted in, so it looks like really good. Yeah, there's a very good looking figure of Sako, just in a like China dress style, I guess you could say. Yeah, and there's a very nice looking figure. I don't think this comes with any extras. Left hand part, hand fan, and a special base. I think you can have it with the hat fan or not. There's the option. Yes, you can have it with a fan or no fan, I think. So not too bad looking. Tamanodo Kadama 1/6 Succubus Lumi Valentine version by Bishops Rondo. Never heard of this manufacturer. First time I'm hearing about this. October 2024 for 23,650 yen. So a succubus on Valentine's theme. Into traditional anime. Would you like, would you like dinner, a shower, or me? Yeah, no, not too bad looking, but I think it's a bit simple, I think, overall. So it looks like it has some alternative hand portions of this, and it is not cast off. Fair enough, I suppose so. It is always a selling point for a figure to be cast off. I think there was always going to be people that, or degenerates like me, who probably would want to get this one, but I don't think I'll be getting this figure. And it's 1/6, so it's actually not too bad. That's what justifies the price a bit more as well. Tentile, that time I got reincarnated as Slime Shizu by 5,140 yen. I would suspect this is actually a lot better than the Pop-Up Parade. Yep, definitely a lot better than the Pop-Up Parade. I have her Pop-Up Parade with a sword. The sculpt work on this looks just better quality, and only for slightly more than the Pop-Up Parade when I got her. October 2024. Yeah, nice looking figure, and we don't get a lot of the Shizu figures from Reincarnated as a Slime, so the more figures out there, the better, I think. Pajama Girl in the Bathroom, 1/6 by Adam Mass for 9,380 yen. This seems to be another newer manufacturer that are doing cheaper figure prices at well, just another manufacturer. This is fully cast off, so you'll have to be a bit wary with this if you displaying it wise at least, because it doesn't seem like you don't get a lot of clothing on this one. When she is covered anyways, it seems to be pretty semi-transparent. But for the price in September 2024 for 1/6, looks really good. The body sculpt looks really pretty good definition wise, and the paint job is a bit basic on the skin tones, but yeah, no, it looks fine overall. I think there'll be a lot of people I think would not mind getting this figure. It's a very simple base, obviously. I can understand that with the price that this figure's at, but Adams might be another manufacturer like Animista and Bear Panda to keep an eye out for. Maybe wait for release, see how she shows up in people's hands on MMC. Yoku-chan 1 and 1 to 3.5 scale by Dokimax for 26,650 yen. October 2024 release. A very simple facial wise, unfortunately. I think I'll be purchasing this one because it's a very large scale and is a cast offable figure, as you see here, but the face is really terrifying, I think, on this figure. So I wouldn't spend the money on it. I think this one's going to bargain bin quite a bit, unfortunately. Even though it's cast off and it's a very large scale, that's what I think they're banking on selling this figure for. But the horrifying face, I think, just ruins this figure for me completely. There's only so much it being cast off. They're like, the body sculpting looks really well done, as you see through the swimsuit on this one, but no, it's very bad face, unfortunately, with this figure. Pop-up Parade, Tohoku Zunko. Good Smile, 4,320 yen. I'm guessing this is the way this art style of the character is in the anime, so it's just very simple looking figure, very sort of similar to Nendroid or pastel kind of effect. Coming out September 2024. Pop-up Parade, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Phantom Blood, Jonathan, 4,320 yen. This one's actually probably a much better sculpt, one of the better sculpts from Pop-up Parade that we've seen. The musculature that they've actually included in this is really well done. The creases and folds in the clothing look really well done. It's a very simple paint job, but that's Pop-up Parade. But the sculpting is really well done on this one. So Good Smile can put in the effort in the sculpt, at least on their standard lineup, without going to XL or their larger size. So yeah, it just proved that they can do it. We'll have to see if the final product is actually on par with these prototype photos. Goddess of Victory, Neke Volume 1/7 by Max Factory for 32,000 yen. This is the one a lot of people, I think, will be looking to get hold of. It's a very obviously the game's not came out of nowhere, but it's a very popular game for the art style and aesthetic that they get on, and the physics. But yeah, no, it's a very attractive looking figure, wearing this sort of a very BDSM style, I guess, aesthetic going on here with this figure. Very good looking, and the overall quality looks great. So I think this one justifies the 32,000 yen. April 2025 release. Azulane Shimikaze, the Island Wind Rest version, DX version by Elegant for 24,110 yen. So this one comes with the more elaborate base or stand sculpts going on in this one. She looks really good overall. I think the sculpt looks good. So I think overall not too bad. And then the standard version is just her on a seat with no umbrella, just the katana, for 6,000 yen less. I think a lot of people probably pay the 6,000, and it looks like you get some alternative faceplates as well. Alternative faceplate 1 type with the DX. What do we get here? Alternative faceplate and DX base. So you're just paying for the extra base basically, which I think a lot of people probably will do. So for the 6,000 yen, it's a third extra price increase. Depends on you if you want the sand sculpts or not. Azulane Battle Fast Shopping with the Headmaid version by Brilliant for 26,560 yen. Very good looking figure of Belfast in sort of a casual going out attire. Definitely one of the better outfits that I prefer from the Azulane figures. yeah, no, very good looking. Sculpting looks great. Skin tones look amazing in above the chest area. Yeah, everything looks amazing in this figure. Definitely potentially seems to be almost on par with like what Alter offers from the Azure Lane figures. But as I said, basically, as I've always said, really, Azure Lane figures from any manufacturer, really, none of them have been terrible. They've always been executed pretty well, or at least based on the prototypes that I've covered off. So I've not really got any in hand. One Punch Man Terrible Tornado 1/7 by Amakuni for 24,750 yen. I've covered this before. Looks like they've put them back up for pre-order. August 2024 release. A lot of people don't buy this one. Again, it's way too much for what you're getting. The shading looks a bit better, I think, in this one than the previous time they covered. I think they've done some image updates, but I think they've just touched up the prototype really and done some more photo editing on it, but it's not worth it. You're paying just for the figure. This base is nothing. It's nothing adding to it for 24,000 yen, and for 1/7, it's just not worth it, unfortunately. So too much money. I think this is going to bargain bin a lot, unfortunately. Fantasy Star Online 2, Blue Sea Annette for 23,100 yen by Amakuni for January 2025 release. I do love this design and outfit. I think I've covered this one before as well, actually. So I think this is just a re-upload of the pre-order. But this I would pay the money for the 23,000 yen. I think this is worth it. It's a very cute looking figure, and I like this sort of sailor-esque, sailor themed swimsuit that they've got going on here. So this is really cute overall. And then you've also got Breeze as well, Breeze Jean for 23,100 yen. This one is obviously the more attractive, more alluring figure to get hold of. So I think a lot more people will be purchasing this one. But yeah, again, January 2025. People might be buying both. I wish they did like a special base that to have both on there, but I think they're pretty simple poses, so I can understand why they would just sell them separately. But yeah, no, very good looking figure. The sculpting looks great. So I think these are really worth potentially getting if you really like Fantasy Star Online too. Ayakashi Triangle Matsuri Kazumaki by Fat Company for 22,800 yen. So again, I think this one I've also covered in a previous video, so you'll have to potentially, this might just be a re-upload unfortunately, but this one's again looking not too bad. I've not seen the anime, so I don't know if this is a scene from that anime, but yeah, she looks not too bad. The see-through hair might be a bit off-putting for some people. Ayakashi Triangle Suzu Kanade by Fat Company for 22,800 yen, January 2025 release. The hair's a bit shiny on this one, but obviously she's a very birthday suit, I guess you could say, under the hoodie, so I think it's just alluring a lot of people potentially get it. Oh, and she does have a de-hooded version, but yeah, I think it's the hair's really shiny for this, so they're using some sort of metallic or glossy paint, might be a bit off-putting. I reckon this will probably get a bit cheaper once they're released with this figure. Azure Lane Cheshire 1/7 by Alter for 30,580 yen. Coming with looks like some sort of acrylic as well. A very good looking figure. I do love this outfit. Very well designed. The creases and the tights look really well done. The dress is amazingly. This is done by Alter, so it's basically perfect. There's going to be no problems. It'll just be as long as it doesn't get damaged in shipping, I suppose. April 2025 release for this one. Bishoujo Mangekyo Kotowaru to Miyoko no Shoujo Renji by Viberstar for 24,030 yen. So this one seems to be an OC design of a girl in a kitchen. I wish they sold like a DX version which actually had all of this in the background. I think people would purchase it, but you unfortunately only get her with just the sort of in front of the oven and some cupboards. But she is a cast-off figure. She comes that way. I don't think there's any way of covering her at all. Oh, that's all right. So you can cover her up if you want to display her in your house without having these sorts of problems. Pretty good looking figure, Viberstar cast off, so not too bad, and it seems to be more of an OC design. Binding creators opinion Yukino bare leg quarter scale by for 29,700 yen, October 2024. So this is the bare leg version. Looks fine, cast off binding. I don't think the overall design of the bunny suit is more ballerina-esque, I suppose. I can understand why people probably prefer the bare leg version based on the design rather than the standard tights version. So maybe worth if people prefer this aesthetic or this theme, then they would get the bare leg one. Guilty and Punish, Guilty illustration by Anno No 1/7 by Belfine for 27,720 yen. So this one's a very good looking figure. I do like the overall design of this one, you know, all angel-esque and whatnot. Really good the design. I think a lot of people would like this one, and is cast offable as well. And it looks like you should be able to get the other one as well at some point in the future. I'm not too sure if they are going to be selling, well, they probably will be selling it, but I don't know how much that one would cost with her being smaller. But this is a very good looking figure. Blue Archive Ichinose Asuna, Bunny Girl 1/7 by Max Factory for 24,800 yen. This is a re-release. I actually own this figure that I got back in, they released in December, I think. So this is coming out in November 2024. So pretty quickly for a re-release, but I think the other previous one went down really well and is basically the best Asuna Ichinose figure by far. By Max Factory. I really like my one. Definitely is on the shelf above me. That's what I'm looking up. Sorry. Very nice looking figure. Perfect, really. In my top 3 for 2023 releases. So this will probably be in a lot of people's top 5 this year as well in terms of quality and execution with this figure. Definitely worth getting a hold of, even if you're not into don't play Blue Archive. I don't play Blue Archive, but this is basically the overall bunny suit design is amazing. Pop-Up Parade movie Denko Goji Gridman, Rika Takanaga L size 7,920 yen. So a bit more shading in the hair with this one. Overall pretty simple design though. So that's September 2024. Pop-Up Parade Date Alive Kurumi, L size 7,920 yen. With the amount of Kurumi figures out there, I don't know the amount of people that would want to get a Pop-Up Parade L size, which is just going to be the same as a scale, like 1/7 size. Yes, she's cheaper. Yes, she's in a school outfit design, which a lot of people like. But I think you're better off getting an actual scale figure. And there's so many out there you could pick. Should be able to find one out there on that's pre-owned easily enough, really, for a good price. And you'll get just with it being that being a scale, the quality will be far surpass what you can get from Pop-Up Parade. Pop-Up Parade Kaiju number 8, Reno Ichikawa for 4,320 yen. Bog standard looks pretty good. We're going to be seeing a lot more Kaiju number 8s over the coming months, I think, getting announced and released for pre-order. Obviously, good smile with the Pop-Up Parade. They do quick, fast turnarounds with these. Then we've also got Kafka as well, Pop-Up Parade, and that's August 2024. And then we've got Kaiju number 8 itself. I would have expected this to be like an L size or something, but this is standard Pop-Up Parade, so it's non-scale, pretty small. But the detailing on this one, sculpting is really good, which is probably why the slightly higher price with this one. September 2024. Hatsune Miku GT Project Racing Miku 2023 15th anniversary version, so I can certainly see why a lot of people will be getting this one. 32,800 yen though. That is a lot of moolah to pay for May 2025 release, but it is our 15th anniversary, so I can definitely understand why people will be going crazy for this one. And obviously the Racing Miku lineup has always been, every year that they've done them, they've all been really good. Design, so I definitely see why a lot of people will be getting this one. Definitely worth getting it if you're big into your Miku collections, and especially the racing Mikus. Spy Classroom, Erna swimsuit version by Union Creative for 20,270 yen. Semi-transparent hair tips. Some people like it, don't like it. Pretty simple design though, even though it looks okay, but I think overall it's a very simple figure. It's probably not for 20,000 yen. And non-scale, 24 centimeters. She's not like, that's 1/7 scale. That she's non-scale, so I don't know how, if this is where that's picking up. Category XX Mary Saitome bunny version, 1/4 scale, by Fring for 39,600 yen, October 2024 release. This one, very good looking design, love the outfit, the red and black looks great, tights looking amazing in this one, the pose looks great, bunny ears look amazing as well. Just a great looking figure, especially if you've watched the anime. I can definitely see why people would be wanting to get this one. She worth 39,000 yen. The problem is we've been seeing a lot of the freeing figures going on sale, unfortunately, a few months to 6 months after release. So this one might even do the same thing. I think a lot of people are just getting fed up with freeing prices. Which I probably should do a video on. But yeah, I think a lot of people are getting fed up with freeing prices, and are actually just a lot of them are cancelling their orders as they get closer to release of their freeing figures. Frieren Beyond Journey's End 1/7 by Clay for 19,800 yen. So we'll be seeing more Frieren figures anyways. So this is a very simple, obviously standard design. Paint job looks standard, I think. Nothing, there's no exceptional amount of shading or anything, but she's wearing a white outfit, so I can understand that. Sculpting looks really good, but it's pretty standard paint job, and I think Clay Nail have always done just enough. One Punch Man Hellish Blizzard by Amakuni for 24,750 yen. Again, this is the same as Tornado. Too much money for just such a simple figure. Not worth getting. Again, wait till release and they'll be cheaper. I almost guarantee that. Azure Lane Kumano Fancy Wave 1/6 by Fat Company for 27,800 yen. March 2025 release. Very like the posing, like the body sculpting and the shading going on and the skin tones. The base looks much more unique pose, very attractive looking figure. So I think this one's worth the 27,000 yen. Fat Company have done a very good job with this figure. Looks great. Pop-Up Parade SP Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Months Exodia, the Forbidden One figure. Single shipment, so you can't ship this with anything else. 14,400 yen. Very expensive for a Pop-Up Parade. Is its height 26 centimeters, so it's not overly large. I think because it being SP, is their like special line where they put a lot more effort into the sculpting, but it's very chunky, so it's going to be down to the detailing of the like these scratches and whatnot that they have on there, and the overall paint job looks great. Definitely matches the artwork. Looks really well done. The chain rusting and effects they got going on the chain, metallic work, looks really good. So I don't know whether it's worth 14,000 yen though, but I think a lot of these other Yu-Gi-Oh figures that we've been seeing have been quite expensive as well, depending on how iconic the monster that they've been based on is. Pop-Up Parade Golden Kamari Saichi Sugimoto by Good Smile for 4,950 yen on October 2024. Get pretty standard, basically no shading, but sculpt looks pretty good overall. But that's pretty simple with straight lines and whatnot. Yeah, it looks fine. A bit more on the pricier side, I think. It looks like Pop-Up Parade's creeping up to about 5,000 yen now after discounts. Pop-Up Parade character series Vocal 01, Miku translucent color, so it's got translucent blue hair, 4,320 yen. Pop-Up Parade Miku, there's been quite a few Pop-Up Parade Mikus, I think. Not bad looking figure. If you want the translucent hair, then you've got the translucent hair option, not too bad. Kata Ichigo bunny figure, quarter scale by Binding for 38,500 yen. November 2024 release. Very good looking Binding figure. A bit more unique in the suit design with the heart breastplate and the heart in the nether regions. These do get removed to be cast off, so you can have it partially cast off, I guess, in a way. And I don't know if you can do fully. Nope, and that's it. So pretty simple in terms of actually the cast off effort that Binding got in this one, but the pose looks pretty complicated. So I guess that's a bit awkward with this foot here on the left. But no, I do quite like this figure, and I think obviously a lot of people quite like getting Binding anyway. Really glad to see Binding on Ami Ami at least. Definitely potentially worth getting it if you like this design. My Ukuma illustration, Yanishiku Shiro China Oni-san by Union Creative for 20,270 yen. So this is a slightly tanned China dress girl. Very cute design. Like the hair sculpt going on this one. Pretty simple still though, for 20,000 yen. I like the overall design, and the figure looks great as well, but it is very simple for the price. Maybe close to like 17,000 yen really, and it's a non-scale, 26 centimeters in height, about 1/6 in height. Konosuba Seke no Bakugan Megabean 1/6 by Good Smile for 23,800 yen. I don't know this one. It looks like it's got a Pop-Up Parade base. The shading and designs look really good. Like the browns look really well done. Cloak and hat look great. Staff looks great. It is 1/6, so I suppose it's a bit of a larger than the other 1/7, but a lot of the other Megabean figures have had, a lot more like effect parts and to just elevate the figure for the extra price. This one's just standard pose Megabean. I guess if you want a simplistic design, at least it is executed very well, as long as the final job paintwork is on par with the prototypes we're saying here. Kaguya-sama Love and War, The Genius War of Love and Brains, ending version 1/7 by Kyusuke for 20,380 yen. Very white looking figure. The sculpt work in the wings looks decent. It's the white, it being white covers up a lot of defects that the wings could potentially have in the mold lines, so it is a bit difficult to point out defects with this one. The water effect sculpting on the base looks pretty good. The effect parts, it's a nice looking figure. I think a lot of people will be happy with this figure at the end of the day. March 2025 release. My Hero Academia Mount Lady Hero suit version, 1/90th scale, as I have her in a gigantic form. Takara Tomy, manufactured by Takara Tomy for 17,760 yen. October 2025 release. Yeah, not too bad actually. I do like this design. The city on the base, shows her scaling very well. She does stand at 24.5 centimeters. Actually pretty short really, but they're doing a 1/90th scale, so I can understand that. Pretty good looking figure. Ajelaine Lee Malin Mu by Luminous Box for 31,500 yen. April 2025 release. Very elegant looking figure. These sort of trail bits coming off the sides look really well sculpted. The golds look amazing and the whites look amazing on this one. Very glossy whites. This is a very good looking figure. It reminds me of the Mythos treasure series that they did, like the clock and whatnot that they did. The design reminds me of them. Very good looking figure though. Definitely, I think if you've watched this, like this figure, I think worth the 31,500 yen. Definitely. Katie Cole Rising the Shield Hero Raphtalia body pillow version by Kadakawa for 21,040 yen. March 2025. So this is based on the body pillow art of Raphtalia. So yeah, pretty good looking figure. I think a lot of people will potentially get this one, although I think I prefer Raphtalia in a standard outfit. But if you do want a more lewd version, then you can get this at least for not a bad price as well. And it's Kadakawa. The paint job's going to be amazing with this one. So yeah, I can definitely vouch for this. I really should get some Kadakawa figures. Haven't got any in my collection yet. Kedi Cole to Loveru Darkness wedding dress version for 19,800 yen. November 2024 release. So again, Kadakawa, so I think this one would be great. And looks like you can obviously have the lower part of the dress removed if you want something a little bit more sexy, I suppose, in your collection. Or if you want just a bit more elegant, you can have her in the actual full wedding dress and all frills and no just less sexy. So good to have that option, I think. And you get an angry face part as well. So she does come with an alternative faceplate. So good looking figure. I think definitely potentially worth getting if you really love Talaru, especially Darkness. Amayami Sensei 1/7 by Wave for 19,800 yen. October 2024 release. So this one, I think you get some alternative faceplates if I remember correctly. Oh, they don't list it down here. Oh, they should have. Let's have a look. See. So sculpt work looks really good actually, especially for the price, sub 20,000. Yeah, the face it looks horrifying in this face, but I think that's by design. It seems like the hair looks really good. Yeah, she looks really good in terms of the way she's sculpted. Hopefully you get these as extra pieces, these acrylic stand options. And then yes, it looks like you get a couple of different angry face, crying face, and surprised angry face. Alternative chest bit. So you get a fair few different options with this one. And there is a second DX version of her. Again, they don't list anything down here. Also, all we can really do is look at the pictures. So it looks like you get some extra sort of speech boards and photos, and then they do list show at least a couple of the other options. So that's 23,110 yen. I don't know whether you'd pay the extra 4,000 yen or 3 and a bit thousand yen for the extra sort of acrylics stand bits. I probably should check out this character series Sakura Byoto see what's to do with these faceplates. But the overall, I like the overall design, sculpt work, and I do like sensei themed figures anyways, like, you know, teachers and stuff like that, but that's just because I'm a bit of a degenerate. Made Mason to Shirashi illustration by Lohiri 1/6, manufacturer DMM Factory for 25,850 yen. Sculpt work on this one looks really well done as well. It's like the frills on the dress and on the hair sculpting looks good. Skin tones looks like you get a decent amount of definition as well on the skin tones. The pose looks good. It's a nice looking maid figure for 25,800 yen. The face looks good. Yeah, I think a pretty attractive looking figure for a maid. Definitely one of the better maids I think out there. Cloth base, you do get cloth base with this one, so you don't have to worry about paint transfer so much on your shelving. And then we've got Figma Goddess of Victory Nikkei Alice by Max Factory for 11,800 yen. So this is a posable figure. So you get a couple of face plates, a couple of extra accessories with this one. Obviously replicating certain poses that happen in the game with this. Pretty good looking figure. Yeah, I could definitely say this one is potentially worth the price. And the overall design, I think, at least eliminates the distraction of the joints you get with the joints with this figure. So yeah, not a pretty good looking figure, I think, overall. And there's a breakdown of the two face plates, some folded legs, accessories, and a series of hand gestures. Definitely good looking figure. That does it for this video. If you made it to the end, thank you very much. I shall catch you in another video. And again, the links for all these will be in the description down below. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you in another video. Thanks. Bye.